getting ready to take this thing down to the soda blasters. And maybe the body shop girl didn't strip this car down all the way like I asked her to do.
I didn't strip this car down at all.
Yeah, you did. You took all the headlight stuff out, you took the wipers off, you took the chrome off.
I took like 2 pieces off of it.
You were supposed to take the plastic grill out, so we didn't get that run. See, the problem you have with this car is this is in the transition of American standard bolt to metric. So half the car's got metric bolts on it, half of them got standard bolts. So you got to go through each individual socket to find the right size. So I believe that this is when America, the steel industry and the automobile industry was coming around and they were starting to buy all their steel from Japan. You see what I'm saying, Minnie?
I hear you.
Okay, and then, so what we got here, we got some poor craftsmanship to sheet metal. And when you try to do the body work to this sheet metal, look at this right here. Let me see if I can, look at, see how, seeing what we got here?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got stuff falling apart. We got cheap, inexpensive sheet metal. And we got parts that are just throwaway parts. See what I'm talking about here? Do I even have a socket that'll fit this? I don't fucking know.
Oh, I'm sure you do.
We're getting ready to take this baby down to the soda blasters. And once we leave the soda blasters, we'll go ahead and hit the sand blasters. The Vega, I believe, is the very first American throwaway car ever designed. This car isn't made to restore. They didn't build this car to restore. This is not a car that you want to restore or would restore, but you got these die-hard Vega guys out there that just have to have it restored, see? And I don't really personally mind restoring it. The problem that I have restoring these oddball cars, I'm going to be honest with you, is the sheet metal. Because once again, this is in the transition of throwaway cars. We started taking off this lower clamps and look what happened, it busted in 100 pieces. So, we definitely don't want to get this soda blasted, because even soda blasting this piece right here would probably ruin it. But you know, the guy wants it restored, we're going to restore it. We're going to restore it, it's going to be a beautiful car. We've already got, this is our third one. Did I mention that? Minnie. And I can't seem to get the grill out of here. Why? Won't the grill come out? Because we got two more bolts right here, see? Okay, and all this was supposed to be done before we took it down to the soda blasters. You know what would really make this thing go a lot quicker? If I had an air ratchet. Can you go ahead and get that for me, the air hose, and I'll get the air ratchet?
Well, can I put the camera up?
Why don't you give me that camera for a minute and I'll hold it. Okay, thank you. All right. So what we're looking at here is contemplation of, you know, why do people want to restore these cars? What is the factuation of restoring a car like this? Maybe the body shop girl was supposed to have all this done for me. And I'm out here in the sweltering sun, as you can see right there, sweating my ass off, taking all this apart. Thank you, Minnie, the body shop girl.
What'd make it go a whole lot fucking quicker is to put the fucking camera up and get to fucking work, both of us. That'd make it go a whole lot fucking faster.
Look what we got here, a plastic grill.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there a box in the car?
I don't know.
Well, if there is, can you throw this stuff in there? I mean, right now we're just at the point of, you know, tagging and bagging is getting a little old on this job. And if we throw it all in the box, we can sort it out later. Okay, you kind of got the message of what's going on here. So we're getting ready to take this down to the Soda Blasters. And here's a box right here. So yeah, let's use this box here, see? Can I have those over here so we don't lose all those parts? We got a box right here. Kind of see what's going on here. Restoration. And it's a restoration that says, should we restore it? Look, is that metal or plastic? The guy wants it restored, we're gonna restore it. We gotta get that out there. This piece of trim has to come off. Let me go ahead and do that, okay? All right, we got all the wire harness out of the way. We got the condenser out. We had to change 3 tires. We had to go in the back, take the tires off those ones, put it on this car. Come on over here. We got Volkswagen Don with us.
No.
Come on over here, Don. How you doing today, buddy?
Piece of cake.
How you doing? You doing all right?
Piece of cake.
What do you think about restoring this old Vega? Would you do it?
I don't know. Maybe.
He's going factory original. He's going to put all the factory. It's going to be a factory original car. Would you do that, or would you make it a V8 hot rod monster car?
V8.
You would go V8 with it?
Yeah.
I thought he was going Nomad.
He is.
Oh, that's the
This is a
original.
76.
But I bet it's going to look good. It's going to look good when
Yeah.
it's because it's promising, the body style.
See, in 1976, that was the, 20th anniversary of the Nomad, the Chevy Nomad.
56 years.
Yeah, so they made a special edition Vega that was a Nomad. So I got that car in the back, but the only thing that differs it from this to that is this specialty trim, a vinyl top, and some special chrome in the name. So the car that we were going to restore, if you can turn around, people can see you right here. Don, how you doing today, buddy? You all right? Okay, there you go. All right, so what differs that car from this is that was the Nomad and this isn't.
Now, did the Nomad come with a V8?
No, the Nomad came with a
4-cylinder?
yeah, I don't know the specs on that. I probably went over them already. I don't know. But that's what we're doing here, Don. What are you thinking?
It's gonna
Seriously.
Be good. Yeah, it's going to be
Would
good.
you do it?
Would I?
Yeah.
In between. Only because I can see a lot of promise in this car when it's done.
Well, we're on our way to the Soda Blasters.
I think it's going to look awesome.
So do I. Yeah.
Okay, so
I like the
that's
little
the
station
situation we have. We got to get to the Soda Blasters. Take it easy, my friend Pete, your friend Pete. Working on the 76 Vega. I'm sorry, what were you going to say, Don?
Especially the Nova style, or the Nomad style.
Exactly.
Station wagon, you mean?
Yeah.
You notice how much traffic's been going up and down my street here in the last, year and a half, 2 years?
Because
This place is getting to be like fucking I-35 out here in front of my shop.
all these
All these fucking corporations. When I first moved up here, I'd be lucky to see 3 cars a day. Remember that, Minnie?
C3 a minute.
And then now I'm getting Mini-Mac because I'm bitching and complaining. We gotta go take it easy. We're on our way to hit bumper-to-bumper traffic in Dallas, Texas as we bring this down to get it soda blasted. And hopefully, it's gonna turn out to be a beautiful car, hopefully. We're crossing our fingers on this one. This is round 2 on our 76 Vega Nomad restoration. Round 2 right here. Hopefully it's the last round we're gonna take. What do you think, dude?
Yeah. Do they soda blast everything?
Well, what we're gonna do is we're gonna soda blast it, then it's gonna go to the sand blasters.
Okay, good.
And then they're gonna sand blast all underneath.
Okay.
So we'll get all the outside soda blasted, and then I'll take the sand blaster and go do all the compartment and the whole underneath the car. Well, we just got back from the soda blasters. Let's take a look at our 76 Vega in bare metal and see what we got. So there she is right there, bare metal. Now we still got to get the engine compartment sandblasted. We're going to sandblast that. And then, of course, if we take a look underneath, you can see it's pretty rough under there. So when we get all that sandblasted, that'll clean everything up. And then we'll be able to paint it all black. Now, I normally take it straight to the sandblasters from the soda blasters, but I started looking at this car and I was thinking to myself, son of a bitch, this thing is a battered piece of shit from hell. I'm sorry to say that, but it is. It's got dings from one end to the other. It looks like somebody took a ball-peen hammer and smacked it from one end to the other. I do got to say that it's in better shape than our other car. This frame rail here, we're going to have to replace that section there because it is rotted. I don't know if you can see it from the bottom, but yeah, that section will have to be replaced. And then we're going to have to modify all this section up. You can see the rust. Yeah, right, because of the battery. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm kind of enjoying the restoration of this job, but the deal is, it is not an easy restoration. It's turning out to be a pretty big major situation going on, and it actually looks worse than it did when it was in red primer. So we got a lot of surface rust going on here. We're gonna have to get rid of all that, and that's due to the fact that this was a cheap, inexpensive made car. The metal on it was probably cheap. I wouldn't be surprised if this was metal from China, Chinese Taiwan metal that they purchased overseas and then they used it over here. Here's a good example of dents. Look at this. Look at that shit. Wow. Just all over everywhere. I will say one thing, the top came out pretty clean. I don't know if the owner is going to put the roof rack back on. We're gonna have to get a hold of them on that. If not, we're gonna have to weld those up. But the roof seems like it's in pretty good shape. And it does have surface rust. We're gonna use our vinegar water treatment on that to get rid of that surface rust and hopefully clean it all up and make it new again. We might have to do a vinegar water treatment on the whole car because it's looking pretty rough. This valance here, or whatever you want to call it, this is in bad shape. I don't know if I'm gonna fix that or use another one. I do got to pull this fender off, definitely, for sure. I'm gonna do all the body work before I do anything. We are not stripping this car down in pieces. I'm gonna leave all the pieces on it when I do the body work, and it will stay like it is. I gotta say one thing, it's in a lot better shape than old Blackie here, because old Blackie, you know, I feel sorry for this little car. I really, really do. It's a really bad situation that we couldn't just restore this car here and do something with this. We will be taking this core support section off of this car. This is actually the one that was on the green parts car, or I'm sorry, yeah, the silver parts car. That's a silver parts car. I think we actually had a green parts car. I really don't fucking remember. We've had so many of these things over here. Who knows what we got? But yeah, that core support is actually off this car. You can see where it was cut off. So we're going to be taking that core support off of poor old Blackie here and dismantling that core support to use on ours. And we're only going to be using little sections of it. We're not using the whole thing, like I said. And we're going to be doing a patch and panel and patch situation on this car, and hopefully it'll come out. Not this car. I said this car, not this car. It's another car. The car we're talking about is this car right here. This is the car we're talking about. So I guess we'll get it unloaded off the trailer. Our buddy did us a square deal. Went ahead and soda blasted the door jambs on the car. I didn't ask him to do that, but he went ahead and did it for us anyway. It came out pretty nice. Kind of wish you would have done the inside here, but that's okay. That's factory paint. We can use that for primer. I've been down that road before. Got some surface rust here. We'll have to clean that up. Goes to show you how cheap these cars really were. Look at this. Just from sitting in the sun and getting weathered, it's rusted. Surface rust, not rust out rust. Surface rust. So, we're gonna get this thing up in the shop, check it out, and hopefully it's not gonna be that big of a deal on the body work. We've got a lot of dent pulling to do, a lot of hammer and dollying, and get her done. Another one is gonna bite the dust sooner or later, right here at SWRNC. Is that some rust I'm looking at down here? Son of a bitch. It's got a little bit of rust right there. And the rocker panel has a rust spot too. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. I thought we'd get this car and it wouldn't have no rust at all. Just great. I'm gonna have to cut that out and weld that up. Damn it! get the car soda blasted to remove all the old paint, and we find out that the car was actually stripped down to bare metal at one time, basically sat outside, and somebody put some cheap, inexpensive Rust-Oleum lacquer primer on it. I'm going to speculate that's what that was. When I took it over to the soda blasters, they said, well, there was a little paint here and there, but most of it was just the primer crap. And yeah, that's fucking great, because now I'm basically taking my grinder, all right, with an 8-inch DA pad on it, and using 36 DA paper, 36 grit DA paper, to remove as much as the top surface of the rust that I can. But we're not done there. We're not fucking done there, because once I grind this bitch down and I get all this surface rust down to where it's just, you know, embedded rust, then we gotta do the water vinegar trick on it to remove the rest of the fucking rust. So you can see that I gotta do this whole roof. One more thing, let me show you something. I know you can see that in the camera. Look at all them little dots. Looks like BB shots. That's fucking hail damage. The whole thing is completely savaged with fucking dings all over the fucking thing. I'm thinking that maybe somebody was pissed off and they took a fucking ball peen hammer to this bitch and dented it. Look at the side of this. I don't even know if you can see it, but don't worry. When we get into this video set a little farther, you're gonna see it. Thank God the guy's gonna put a vinyl top on this thing. Look at how hammered and beat to shit the top of this car is. Did we see that with the red primer? Did we? No, because when you primer a car and it's a flat fucking paint, it's gonna hide a lot of shit. It's gonna make it look like it's a nice car. It's gonna make it look like you got a hell of a fucking deal. Thank God we didn't pay $1 million for this piece of shit. That's all I could say. So basically what I'm doing is what you just saw. I gotta grind this whole car down, top, bottom, sides, inside and out. I still gotta get the fucking thing sandblasted. Alright, I decided not to get it sandblasted yet on the bottom and the engine compartment. And the reason I decided that is because when I saw the car over at the soda blasters, I was fucking shocked. I couldn't believe what I was looking at. It's a fucking appalling, amazing situation that says we got a lot of fucking work to do before this bitch is even paint ready. And all I'm supposed to do is paint it. That's all I'm supposed to do. The owner's gonna put it all back together. Motherfucker! It's a fucking bitch.